Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Third Eye Chakra Day.
That's right.
We love you all. Glad to be back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning to the morning Ascension gathering. We are the First Contact Ground Crew team.
Woo!
And we love you, and we are eternally grateful for you to join us and spend these precious moments as we continue to fight the good fight for humanity. Planetary Ascension. We are so honored. We love you. We're also live on Telegram.
Welcome, Michael and Josh. Please say hello. We haven't seen you in a moment. We've missed you. I will share YouTube and... Oh, Josh. Josh wants to speak.
What's up, Josh?
I have unmuted you, love. Go ahead.
I'm just saying hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
What's happening in your part of the world, Josh?
Well, I just said, I found this guy's dog that was running around in the yard.
Uh-huh.
And he gave me $20 for rescuing his dog.
Oh my God, what an angel.
Well, my friend thought it was my dog, so I went out there and it was someone else's dog.
Wow.
Well, dogs are beautiful. We love dogs.
And you know, dog backwards is God.
Oh, snap.
Oh, no way, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that game?
What game?
The reason why you can't sell your soul for rock and roll?
No.
Well, it's because they work for Source and they broadcast his message in disguise.
Oh.
Like Tool is a tool of the Almighty Hand, right?
Right.
And Pussifer and Black Sabbath, when they started, they were Earth first, a blues band. And they became Black Sabbath.
Interesting.
Megadeth is the new Prince of Darkness.
Well, we'll just focus on the light, love. Thank you for tuning in.
And the beautiful thing is that all dark serves the light. You know, no matter which way you flip it, turn it, at the end of the day, all this stuff, even the music, you know, Tool, it all reflects the light. But thank you for sharing.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Awesome. Well, have a grand day, love. Enjoy your weekend.
Love you, brother.
You too. Yeah, I hope you guys all have a great evening and morning and weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We will. Thank you.
I'm sure you're all welcome. I'm out. See you guys around. I just can't see you, but
We're on
Yeah.
YouTube and Facebook.
Love you.
love you all too. Take care.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Yeah, wow.
Awesome. $20. Bring it on, angels. Like, those are the beautiful blessings that we have when we're in the present moment and the unknown, because you never know. And dogs, pets, animals, they have an amazing sense of telepathy, and they're well connected to the 5D frequencies. So they're going to pick up on where you need to go if you're not in your heart. So we can all learn from dogs and cats and pets. I'm learning a lot from Princess, you know, and Pebbles. They're very divine, and I've never had that depth of relationship with other beings other than humans. So for me, that's a whole new level of loving.
Yeah, the unconditional love that the dogs, the animals are so consistent with. I mean, I know we've shared many times over about the dogs saving us in many cases where we get into our deep triggers, we get emotionally stirred up. But there's Pebbles looking at you with all her loving eyes. There's Princess like ready to lick you clean and just do whatever she can to love you through the process. And we can learn a lot from that. I mean, that's a big deal as we go through this ascension process, to be more like dogs, to be unconditionally loving, to be compassionate, forgiving. It goes a lot further that way when you can truly come from that space. Because trust me, we all get triggered. We're all getting tested in these moments. So it's like, how will you respond? Will you respond in unconditional love? Will you be compassionate? And it helps. It really helps to see them as the example. And it also helps to see your brothers and sisters as these traumatized children. These children that have been through the ringer of dysfunction, and are, as they wake up, they're like getting out of it. So it's like, you don't want to hit them when they're down, right? You want to lift them up through that compassion, through that love. Like, and it is challenging.
Yeah, because the triggers are big. The triggers are gonna want you to blame, gonna want you to like project, gonna want you to externalize everything. That's why so many of us are so impatient with the full disclosures, because like every experience you're having is a reflection of what is internal. So if they're triggering you, it's easier to go in the lower, because that's the default. The default is, well, you've shat me, I'm gonna shit on you, tit for tat. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and it ain't. Yeah. It's like, that's part of the program. And so it takes a very conscious being, such as yourself, to really pull back and learn from all the previous lessons with this kind of similar interaction or energetic dynamic, for you to go, I'm not going to choose that this time. I'm actually going to, like, not even swallow my pride, but transform that shit, because you're mature enough in your soul evolution. You've earned your place here from previous lifetimes. Do not be fooled by the amount of years you've lived in this lifetime to think that you're not worthy or you're not a master. Like, we are all masters. This is like an instantaneous activation where you decide in that present moment, I'm going to embody higher self. Mm-hmm. And then you can respond accordingly with compassion, kindness, and love. So we're gonna play a video of Mom, GFP update, Galactic Free Press, back 8 years ago. It's entitled Victory for the Light has been secured. It's okay, so it's one of her longer videos, but we're just gonna like get a snippet of the beginning. I can't pull up my Wi-Fi, so could you hotspot me, perhaps, on my phone here? It's not working. I can't pull up YouTube or Facebook.
Well, my hotspot's not.
Okay, cool. Let's just play Mom. And
we got plenty of other options.
Enjoy. Okay. Here we go.
Love and joy and peace. We love you and we are with you. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning here, and the trees are all the angels. Actually, they're angels in disguise, and they're right here with us, as well as all the angels and all higher selves. Whenever we do these updates, all of you are always here with us, as well as everybody from the ships. Their energy is always present. So that's what comes through these transmissions. So, let's get on with the update. We love you so. The Galactic Free Press update. A new golden age is arriving, bringing humanity home. Energy and event update. With love from the Galactic Center, the real news and the whole truth. and transformation is underway. This is the destiny of planet Earth, equal heart. Quoted from Karen Dunan. The physical waking world now preparing for the shattering of containment in truth and the elevation of a species that has been kept in the dark for aeons. Those who sought to contain and suppress, working to contain through frequency, while this frequency patterning is now no longer supported upon planet Earth, and her children will now be asked to anchor truth to new levels once this frequency pattern is shattered from around the planet's core. This shattering will be done in truth and will begin with the alignment of the stars. For all are one and all just are. The dawn of the new golden age of humankind now approaches, and many of you may feel this within your being. We call out to the galactic part of self, that part that is independent of the human form. We ask for this part to remember why you incarnated into this race and why you have chosen the life path that you have chosen. The training of the new golden age of humankind, now released from the cellular structure of the human vehicle, will see new paradigms and new ways of living and creating on planet Earth, released into the consciousness of humanity. That which has confined and contained dissolved in truth. The time of walking in death is over. The time of walking in grief is over. The time of walking in hardship is over. For a new human is now born upon the planetary system of Earth in truth. This new human will remember who they are. They will walk the planet in truth, and they will breathe life back into all, for all are one. We are the energies of the Pleiadians, and we reach out to all of this time. We stand with our brothers and our sisters in truth, no matter what their race or their color, for truth is everyone in equality. We stand with all as all now, prepared to welcome the human race to the physical reality which is truth. Be at peace, dear ones, for all just is, and you are this truth. End of quote. Humanity will accomplish the incredible, and this is set in stone. On the actual upstairs, and you can follow the link below on the YouTube video, we have a picture of a heart medicine wheel, which was built in 10 days and completed on July 17th, 2010, for the anniversary of the first Fire the Grid event, which was 7/17/07. This was in service to humanity and to activate all vortexes across the planet when the moment was right. And this moment has come. Vortexes all over the planet will be lighting up as we head into some rare astrological alignments with the beginning of a planetary new year in the yellow galactic seed, the day out of time, and with an intense lion gate opening. All of these events are occurring synchronistically, and are all part of this next facet of the divine plan. The spiral is going up, and the new Earth manifests into physicality. Quoted from the Earth Allies. Humanity is here to accomplish the incredible. Their destiny is to succeed in a complete planetary awakening on planet Earth equal heart. And indeed, in many ways, the truth of this manifestation is already making its presence known, as we have shown up here in honor of humanity succeeding in loving themselves and one another, therefore raising themselves up together into love everywhere present. 5D reality. Quoted from Laura Bruno. We're coming up to a super rare astro alignment on July 17th. The grand trine of Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Scorpio, and Neptune in Pisces. All on 5 degrees of those signs, if you know your chart. We're already feeling the influence of it now, and have been all of July. This alignment is a beautiful blend that is helping to make the impossible possible. End of quote. And quoted from Randy Bruner. This cosmic moon, the last of the 7 mystic moons, contains an awesome set of planetary movements and aspects, which correlate very closely to the dream spell version of the Zolkin. The outer planets move very slowly and are already in position as the inner planets move into aspects with them. Just after galactic synchronization, on the 4th day of the magnetic moon, July 29, 2013, the planets will form an almost exact grand sextile. The grand sextile also includes 2 grand trines. These are all very positive and harmonious aspects, completely surrounding the planet in a sacred geometric configuration. This is an awesome alignment of the planets in the solar system, encompassing the Earth in the geometry of the Stargate. Here's an image, and you can find the image on the link below, of this geometry. The magnetic moon for July 29, 2013, is the day of the grand sextile. It is encoded as blue spectral hand. I dissolve in order to know. Releasing and healing. I seal the store of accomplishment with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled. What an affirmation for planetary healing and upliftment. This aspect comes into play 1 week after the full moon of the cosmic moon, which is the last of 3 supermoons in a row. The supermoon is when the full moon falls on the day when the moon is closest to the Earth. The moon moves into position to create a grand trine with Venus and Pluto, which also completes a grand sextile around the planet Earth. The grand trine with Venus, Pluto, and the moon signifies the possibility of transformation, Pluto, through the power of beauty, Venus, and love, Supermoon.
Wow. I mean, the planetary alignments in 2013 are, of course, different from what planets are in alignment now, but we have got a full moon tomorrow, and these portal energies with the full moons are very powerful, and it's very multidimensional, Mom's message. So it's really not what the words are saying so much as the vibration from Mom. Like, I get lost with astrology. That's not my baby, and I'm sure a lot of you are really into astrology and you pick up more of the message, but she did speak of liberation and activation and these sacred geometries that are activated over what you would call the firmament, because the firmament is part of the matrix. Why is the sky like... Why don't we see the stars during the day? That doesn't make sense, really. And why are the stars the way that they are? These are the questions I ask. I look at the night sky and I'm like, where are you? But they're zipping around. You can see the spaceships zipping around. But there's so much we don't know about multiverses and about the galaxies and about the planetary alignments. Like, are we really spinning? Is the Earth on an axis? It's just like, I don't know shit. But I do know that we're going full speed ahead through this part of the multiverse or the universe where it aligns with activations within our genes, within our DNA, within our very cellular structures. that assist us in these moments to embody the crystalline avatar, which Mom already did accomplish herself in physicality, and that's why she was like trillion miles ahead of the consciousness here, and that's why she couldn't really stay, because she just had to secure everything enough for her light grid to be anchored in, so that then we could carry on with those activations that she begun.
Yeah, and the one thing to be clear on is that this ascension process can be quite simple. It can actually be quite enjoyable. The struggle that people are having is their ability to surrender and their ability to move into a space of divine non-attachment. Because since the moment we popped out of our mom's vagina, we have been conditioned. We have been brainwashed into this ego program mind that it's not really who we are. And so when I say that this whole process can actually be quite simple, it's because that's what love does. Love gives the clarity. Love will simplify the process. It allows you to see the chain of events, to connect the dots so that you are learning the lessons, you are seeing the patterns. But when you are in the ego program mind, it seems like the most difficult thing on the planet. It seems like the world around you, as you know it, is falling apart. You're being squeezed. All the traumas, the dysfunction that you've been hiding under all these layers and layers and layers, it's so deep in there now that as it comes out, you're like, what? I thought I dissolved this stuff already. And you have in many ways. But because of the multidimensionality and the oneness of it all, is that you by contract are now taking on this energy because you have the awareness. You have the capacity now to process it, to go through it, if you surrender. If you allow the process, if you trust love and trust that love is handling the details as you begin to surrender and fully dive into the experience. You got to just dive in, not put your big toe in and just be like, oh, is it warm enough? No, it's quite cold. But guess what? You jump in and you acclimate. Suddenly it's not as cold anymore. Suddenly you feel the warmth of the water and you're like, this is actually quite nice. And you start swimming. You're like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. Where's my surfboard? Let's get the surfing going. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
It's very easy to be a victim in all this. It's very easy to really just see the glass half empty, and that is like the shotgun approach, is to just really be in the present moment. There's no way else to explain be in the present moment other than be in the present moment. It's such a skill. It's a mastery. Everyone who has been on this path for a moment will know how very tricky the mind is, because it will take you out. It's designed to take you out. It's designed to fool you into identifying your past, with your traumas, with your dysfunction. It's gonna see that person as a fault. Like, that person is wrong. It's not about me. It's not me. It's you. That's the whole crux of the separation. And so...
And it's almost like everything, every scenario, every situation can be seen in two lights. The higher or the lower. And often when I'm in it, and Jerry's like, are you just going to keep looking at the lower, or are you going to flip this? And I'm like, in my lower, not wanting to let it go. So determined that this is what it is, and this is my experience, this is my reality, and I just want to bring everyone down with me. But then she'll call me out and be like, are you just going to keep looking at the lower, or are you going to look at the higher? And I know there's a higher there, and I could feel the higher, but that ego program mind is so stubborn. It's so stubborn. It thinks it knows better.
It wants to be right.
It wants to be right, and it wants to bring everyone else in with them. and it's sophisticated enough to spiritually try to dissect and use these concepts, right? It'd be like, oh, well, you're projecting and this and that, right? When in reality, it's in you. When you can come from a space that you know that everything that is coming out of your mouth, you're saying to yourself first. When you can come to that understanding that every word out of your mouth is for you first, it becomes flowy. It becomes, the allowance is made. Because now you know that you're honoring the oneness of it all. You're honoring that brother or that sister over there who is triggering you is a part of who you are. And that those triggers are coming from within yourself to be looked at.
That's a big pill to swallow. I mean, you only need to listen to yourself and your dialogue throughout the day to know exactly where your words are at. Like how powerful your words are to manifest your reality. Like if you're bitching about, I don't know, Biden or all these, like, I don't know, actors who are just playing their part, okay? It's like the deep sleepers. Like, we did an amazing survey on Telegram. Had like 2,500 responses or something. Like, pretty good value of N. It's a good kind of chunk of humanity. And so out of, like, the options, so the question was, what are you struggling with the most? I gave options. Like it's like you have one option. So it's either like finances, relationships, health, lots of other things, and sheeple. What would you say would be that one thing that you are struggling with the most out of this whole grand awakening process? Pick one. Anyway, we look at the survey and it's like, wow, okay. 45% chose sheeple. Sheeple. Like the deep sleepers, your brothers and sisters, who are you? That's what you're struggling with.
Your own projection. That's huge.
And
this
then,
is big.
And then the next, the thing that they struggle with the most next to that, 45%, was 25% finances. So that's interesting. That's a big gap. Everyone's actually comfortable, but they're triggered by themselves.
Right. And it's a direct reflection of how this enslavement program has been running on humanity. Why? Because they pin us up against each other, right? They just want us inner fighting, inner discussing all this stuff without any resolve. It's putting him up against her and her up against him, and it's like this constant separation. Oh, my biggest trigger are all those sheeple out there not knowing that they're actually speaking to themselves. Yeah. We're all part of this collective. And for you to feel that you are on any level of awakening, but still don't consider yourself a part of the problem, you're a part of the problem. Because to sit there and complain and be like, well, it'd be so much better if all these sheeple would wake up, right? Well, it would be so much better if you participated in their awakening and recognize that the reason they're asleep is because they're a part of you that's still asleep.
So I reached another level of compassion the other day because I've had a lot of slack. I mean, I've been like abused. I've been like shat on Facebook. So obviously we all have friends on Facebook and family, and some of you don't have a Facebook account anymore because of the censorship. But on my feed yesterday, a photo came up of my sister. I love you. And her family, and she and I have differences, and they have their own viewpoint of where I'm at in my life on this mission, and so we haven't really chosen to disagree. It's just more like a standoff. And it tugged at my heart because I really missed her. Mm. And that is a level of love, the depth of how much I will hold that space for them. Because I want them to come with us. Mm-hmm. No matter what happens, I don't know shit. That is where I have reached that forgiveness for myself and for them. Mm-hmm. Because shit is serious out there. Like, there's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of savior programming that you want them to wake up. You want them to see the lies. Her husband is a doctor. We have a lot of, like, battles in chats. Like, they throw this and we throw that. And my Earth mom, she's part of the Q movement. She gets triggered because, like, they don't like what she has to say. They think she's crazy, just like they think I'm crazy. But hey, we're still pumping the message. It's still the truth. I ain't gonna be triggered by your words because you think you're fucking, like, God in your science. It's deep. So if I'm stopping blaming them for where they're at, it means I'm embodying more of my higher self, how Mom would design us to be.
Was it her that put the sticker proudly, like, I got the jab?
No, that was an auntie. Okay. That was an auntie in the Philippines. Like, my first jab. Hurrah me.
Just as, I mean, like, it's the same people that put the sticker on that says, I voted, right? Like, not knowing that their vote doesn't even count, right? They're so caught up in the system that they feel they did their part. They did their little part to help humanity. When it's the exact opposite. It is the exact extreme. You are feeding a system that has enslaved you consciously, physically, financially, emotionally. Yet you're proud and will defend it to the end. And that's why it's been such a gap now between the awakened and the unawakened. You know, the deep sleepers have only fallen deeper into sleep. Fighting tooth and nail to make sure you're getting the poke, you know, making sure that you stay in alignment with the rest of the good sheeple, when in reality the only way out is through that awakening and understanding that you have the power to stand up and say no, to say no to the face diaper, say no to the jab. Say no to all that is fear-based, hate. Drive it out with love, with that compassion. I feel we pulled that card the other day, is that unbridled compassion. It's like when you think you already have a level of compassion, go deeper into that. Go deeper into the forgiveness, into the compassion for one another. Because as you look around, you do see that your brothers and sisters, they're fucked. Just like you. And of course we want to treat others the way we want to be treated. And it's so much better when you have that compassion and you have that loving smile from someone as they see you. They see your struggles. They see what you're going through. They're not judging you. They're actually loving you through the process. Holding that space so that you can come into your own strength. Because a big part of this discernment is not enabling either, right? You have to be stern and strong in who you are with those boundaries so that you can continue to be the example, show the light, and not put your brothers and sisters in a position where they feel it's okay to be enabled. It's okay to act like an immature child because you're going to have someone there, oh, I'm just loving you compassionately. No, you're not. You're enabling dysfunction. Right, Jerry?
I mean, come on, you already called me out like
I didn't what?
four times yesterday.
I was just sharing this. Oh, you're
yes.
taking it personal
No,
now.
I surrender. I
interesting.
take full accountability. You're fucking enabling everybody.
Including me.
So, I just want to shout out to YouTube. Linda says, "Hey, a beautiful, much love from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Love you,
Yeah,
Mama."
shout out New Zealand.
Yeah, so Anna Race has been in a lot of pain. It feels like I have 2 giant bruises right under my shoulder blades. Ooh, angel wings coming online. Mary says, family is a hard one for sure, but we must love our way through this. Anna Race's like, yep, family is so tough. And Jen says, it often feels really hard, but I feel family reflect back to me where my energy is at every damn time. Absolutely, 100%. Mm-hmm. Mary says, my family thinks I have lost the plot. Join the club. Yeah, we're called the crazies for a reason. But I would love to read a testimonial from Mikey. We love you. I know you're tuned in on Facebook. I'm on YouTube right now. But this came through on the Skype Yippee. We love all of your shares, and we know that, I mean, it made me feel teary-eyed. I mean, it touched me, so here we go. Mom, it hit me again today just how much you loved every one of us. You loved us more than we knew how to love ourselves. What you took on daily for us and for humanity are things most of us honestly wouldn't do for our next door neighbor. And you really didn't want much in return. You wanted us to return that love to others around us. I was reminded today, too, of the last Christmas live stream where we all called in to wish you a Merry Christmas. You didn't need to hear a whole essay. All we had to do was say thanks, and you returned in that moment more than we could give back. All in the chat, comment boxes on Facebook. You showed us love in places we didn't know were there. Thank you so much for what you did. I am so sorry you physically suffered, but now you're even more omnipresent, even if sometimes we wish you were still here in the physical. Now you see me in my quiet moments. Even though I wish you were still in person, I am grateful I found you at all. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
I spent Christmas with Mom, and it was the first white Christmas. And we were in a hotel room in Mount Shasta. And it was just a really beautiful morning because the live stream was all about everyone calling in and just showering Mom with love. She stayed on that live stream for a long moment. Mom can usually sustain about an hour, even less, depending on the energetics that comes through the live streams that she gets attacked with. She really maintained that energy, and it cost her a lot. But she loved everyone's shares. Michael and I were putting up like artwork from beings who sent them in, and decoration, Christmas decorations on Christmas Day with the snow coming down outside, with this beautiful image of Mount Shasta outside the hotel room. So it was a very special day. And I didn't even put 2 and 2 together why I was so emotional with that post. And now it makes sense. Buddha? Help.
I just wanted to read something to, there was a couple things I was just trying to figure out and decide which one to read. I guess I'll just go with this one. It's by Grace Solares. It's one of our posts.
Oh, okay, cool.
Starseeds, stay strong. Know you are fulfilling your task. Do not succumb to the numbing and alluring you into a losing track, and trust in the plan. You know why you are here. Each of you are playing different roles and are positioned exactly where you are needed. You are each positioned at energetic strategic positions where you are aligned to your galactic affiliates and stellar monad. You hold important keys through your galactic imprint that creates star portals through which the galactic codes and plasma is enabled to pour in. This is some of your major tasks. But it can leave you somewhat worn out at times as you transduce and conduct these energies into the Earth's grid. Currently, and in addition to this, there is a great escalation in the transmutation of your cellular makeup, from carbon to silicone-based. Excuse me. Some of you are further in this process than others, depending on how much emotional luggage you have ridded yourself of, and thus raised in vibration. This transmutation, which is gradual and ongoing, is making you lighter as your cells start to vibrate on even higher frequencies. And so the density in your body, your skeleton, is literally broken up. In other words, you become more fluid as you are turning more and more into fifth-dimensional plasma beings, similar to your cetaceans, the ocean family. Crustacean. Cetacean? Because they spelled it wrong. Uh-huh. The dolphins and whales. This again activates the Kundalini flow in your body, which activates the star gateways in your body, which again ignites your galactic keys and codes. This can cause pain in the denser part of the skeleton around joints, typically in the hips, knees, tailbone, or other important joints. Take this as an evidence of your advancement of the transmutation into a crystalline being, which goes hand in hand with the development of your Merkaba. Many of you are starting to wake up to the next leg of your mission, and your particular role now that humanity is on the verge of a quantum mass awakening. Nothing is as it seems. Do not buy into the collective narrative psyops currently playing out on the world stage. Be diligent. Do not let yourself be distracted. Keep your focus and vibration high, commanders of light. The current state of affairs is staged to abstract you and cause trauma and fear in the collective body. On one side, however, it is allowed to happen to cause the much-needed awakening and removal of the 1% swamp. Stay strong in your light as your beacons of light, the great star portals you came here to be. Nothing can harm you when you hold this frequency and purity alive. You are the creator of your reality. No one and nothing else but you. Own this truth. Be in this galactic knowing, which is you just remembering and owning who you truly are. You are invincible and indestructible. Hold and shine bright in your true light. You are love incarnate, stars of immense magnitude and might. Grace Solaris.
We are all starseeds, galactic beings. We are, ourselves is the decloaking. We are the event. What out of all of these articles do we share with you does not resonate? How unworthy are you? Please, dissolve your unworthiness, for we are all worthy of all love is. You are a God with Mother God. Yeah, I know. We will activate. Like, there's got to be a point. Like, we're like, Mom's like, everyone's coming home. Everyone? Like, how? How is it that those who are awake seem to be carrying the load? Well, it's because Mom carried us all. She took it all on because she knew how dire our situation was. We were not going to make it through. Not with all the DNA manipulation, not with everything that they threw at the divine plan. She had to do something drastic. We begged her to come down. 911. She was our first responder. We needed help. So we need to have faith and trust that the more that we embody, that is your primary role right now, is to share the truth, be love and service, and embody, and then anchor your higher self. How that third one works is that you need to recognize your worth. It ain't gonna work if you still have issues about how you look in front of the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
How you're looking for validation to make you feel better. How you're stuffing your mouth with some chocolate because you're feeling like shit. Ice cream and joy is grand. Ice cream shared is grand.
I love sharing.
So that intention is very subtle. Like, are you going for that, I don't know, online shopping to make yourself feel better because you feel like crap? Or are you doing it out of love and joy for honoring your divine self?
Yeah, if you're feeling a void, that void is only getting deeper. And you're recognizing that you can't fill the void with ice cream or burgers or, you know, alcohol or drugs or attention,
sex,
energy, from other people. It's like, and that's exactly how the cabal has designed it. They have taken your power away because they want you to continuously externalize, looking outside of yourself to live, to validate, to continue on. Oh, I can't move forward unless I have a partner. Oh, I can't do this unless I have 2 beers first. Or I can't, and it becomes a complete externalization of your spiritual journey, which is a complete hijack. It's a complete hijack of your ability to transform. Because now you've externalized everything. You're blaming everyone else. You're projecting onto the sheeple, not recognizing that you're still the sheeple. If you're still clocking into your 9 to 5, if you still have your kids in the school system, if you're still paying taxes to a system that is enslaving you, you're a sheeple. Straight up. Really feel into that. Look into that. Right?
Actually, can I just put a disclaimer in there? Like, if you are with mom and you're still got your 3D job, you're choosing that security.
Yep.
As long as you are consciously aware that that is what you're doing.
You're still a sheeple. It's not here she goes enabling people again.
Okay.
It's okay. But if you connected with mom,
okay.
It's okay. No, it's fucking not okay. It's not okay to feed a system that is enslaving not only yourself, but your brothers and sisters. And we are here as an example. Every single day, we have made the sacrifices and necessary adjustments in our lives to lead the way for the rest of you. Yes, do you have bills? So do we. Yes, is this a transition? Of course. So it's not cut, dry, black or white. There's a lot of things going on. Don't take this so personal. If you are getting offended by what I'm saying, look at it. Look at your deep dysfunction of what you're not looking at. Look at how you continue to feed a system that is enslaving you. And you are making every excuse to justify holding on to that. Well, I gotta pay the bills. Well, we all do. But guess what? You're not alone. Part of this ascension process is gathering with the givers. When you do so, you will have enough resources, you will have enough to raise your vibration. The fact that you don't trust God right now is blasphemous. Your actions show me exactly where you're at. If you're holding on to the old paradigm, doing whatever you can to survive, why do you think you're doing that? Because you're not trusting the divine plan. You're not trusting the process. All the work mom has put forward to create these miracles, you are turning your back on her because you think you know better. You think that you keeping your job is going to save you because you don't trust God.
Okay, so we had some statistics from 2020, according to some official government website, that 46% of Americans did not pay their taxes.
And I want to be clear on this because people are so fucking dry and cut and dry on this shit that whatever I say, they're going to dissect and try to
the trolls
go
are gonna
into this
have
whole
a
thing.
field day, for sure.
What I'm clearly saying to you is not working, because the flip is this. You either serve fear or you serve love. Right? Going into the 3D old paradigm of working to pay your bills, to make sure your kids have food on the table, we get it. We understand. It's a part of the process. Okay? But if God is handing you all these opportunities and gifts and you continue to say, oh no, God, I know better. I got this, God. As long as I feed my slave driver, I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine.
It's called self-importance, basically. And I take full accountability for enabling by making it a little bit more like swallowable.
What I'm saying is not palatable?
Palatable.
Is that what you're saying?
Something like this. It's like that's going to hit the ego really hard. Like, that message is full of passion, and it's going to trigger a lot of people.
Because the ego's a bitch.
Especially the trolls. They're going to slice this bit and say, they said this, and, like, you're going to get, woo, but we don't care. And it just shows itself.
I wanted to make this clear, is that the flip is not that you stop working, is that you switch it. Consciously, you recognize now energetically how important you really are, so that everything you do, how you feel, how you act, how you respond matters, right? So by me saying quitting your 3D job doesn't mean you stop working or you stop service. This in fact creates the opportunity for service now. Because now, who are you feeding? What are you doing with your time? Well, now you're gathering with the givers. You're recognizing that maybe perhaps growing a garden, an edible garden, is the most important thing you can be doing in your life right now. Right? Nurturing yourself and the planet so that when the shit truly hits the fan, you have a garden. You have food available. You think those fast food joints will be available to you as this transition, as this stuff completely hits the fan? There's going to be a moment where we are going to have to really take the responsibility of taking care of ourselves and not giving our power away to the government, paying all those taxes. It's all illegal. It's not universal law. We're the only species on this planet that pays taxes and has to pay a fee to live on the planet that was given to us for free. Mm-hmm. So where are you on this spectrum? Where do you fall? Do you not know that we all had to make these tough choices as well? That's why we're on this other side of the screen. Because we too had to give up everything we thought we loved for the greater good of all. For the saving of humanity. For piercing through the veil, we recognize that these local 3D attachments were holding us back from the truth. That was part of the game and the puzzle. That we had to trust God so much that she would take care of our children. She would take care of our family so that we could serve the highest purpose, which is being right here in your face, encouraging you to make those tough decisions. Why? Because we did. Why? Because Mom did. Why? Because Mom came to this planet, took all the heat, and took it right with her. So that she can pave the way for her children. The giver of dreams. What are your dreams? What are you waiting for? Next paycheck? Fuck that. Walk into that office and you rip that check. Because that money ain't worth shit. You know what's worth everything is that garden. Your children at home waiting for you to get home. You're too busy working. Don't spend time with your animals, your children, your plants. The most important thing you could be doing. You dismiss it because you've been convinced that you got to pay the bills. I get it. We've been there. Can you make those tough decisions? Because that's where we're at. This is the mission. This is the mission of love. This is Mother God's divine plan. And it's not meant to look easy. And in fact, it's meant to look like the toughest thing on this planet from the 3D program mind. But guess what? On that other side of the veil, heaven on earth, waiting for you.
Absolutely. It's gonna look really complicated to the ego, okay? So if you're feeling this, message and you've been like putting it in the back burner, not wanting to look at it, it's in the too hard basket, stop, breathe, accept, embrace, allow that message to pierce the heart where all the answers are. Ask Mom, the angels, to guide you. We are deciders more than we are doers. You make a decision, divine will and love will handle the rest. You do not need to know 5 steps ahead where you're going to go. You do not need to know how you're going to get there. You don't even have to have $2. Miracles, magical synchronicities, blessings come your way when you make love with the unknown. That is a leap of faith. We all went crazy coming to mission because our hearts overtook this mind. Because the mind doesn't know shit. The mind can only live in the past. The mind is a program. It is not part of creation. It is plugged into the matrix where our fear feeds the darkness. So it has been so dominant, the masculine imbalance, masculine energies of the doing, of the linear, of the logic, of the solution-based, that it had no space for the receptivity of the divine feminine energies. The divine feminine is connected in a way that the mind could never ever be to source. So that is like a complete 180. It's a paradigm shift, and that's going to be fighting within you. Heart, mind, fear, love, blah, 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 blah. Gonna make you crazy, like spinning city. And you surrender. You're like, I don't know shit, Mom. What is the next step? And suddenly you see a bird. Oh, it's an eagle. I wonder what eagle means. Freedom. And then you go, take another step. Like, I don't have money, Mom, please, I need a blessing today. Give me $20. Boom. Yep. Your dog walks out. Someone hands you $20. Catch a ride on the train, $10. Need lunch, $5. I need shelter. You meet someone, boom, come and stay with us. Thank you, I will. Next morning, wake up, oh, I'm really hungry. Breakfast. Oh, that's very kind of you. How hospitable of you. Like, it's tempo!
Yeah. If you haven't seen the movie Craigslist Joe, it's for free. It's on Craigslist. And it's all about using humanity's compassion to its highest form. So in other words, it has instilled the love that humanity has for one another. Through his experience, it has rekindled that. It like reinforced the fact that we all are true loving beings. That if we have an opportunity to help someone, we will. And that's the beauty of the design. That's when we say when the givers gather, it's game over. It's game over because the cabal, the old controllers, can no longer pull and tug at your strings, right? Because they don't longer control you. You're now feeding a ecosystem that is designed to love you back, that is designed to fulfill you and help you excel, versus the opposite, right? Of keeping you enslaved and actually convincing you that what you're doing is okay and good. When in actuality, it's the opposite. And that's the big shift now, that we have to take that leap, that quantum leap into this unknown, where God is there with all these like love baskets. Like, which one you want first? Like, here you go. You want some fruit? Here's some fruit. You want a new best friend? I got that guy waiting for you right here. All these like treats and beautiful golden nuggets that are awaiting you when you decide to engage the energy and say, you know what? Enough is enough. I am a co-creator of heaven on earth. I'm not a bystander. I'm not just a spectator. I am a co-creator with the God-given ability with these two hands to make this world a better place. Yeah. And what an honor and what a blessing. And if anything I said today got under your skin, I am grateful. Because that means you got something to look at. You got something really nice to look at. Pick that scab right open. Put a little cream on that thing. Sprinkle a little colloidal salt. Or in some cases, squeeze a little lime juice. You know? I'm just saying, sometimes you need to go there to get out. You know, we begin to recognize that humanity has a preference to pain and suffering. You know, they actually feel that they have to go through these things in order to earn them. When the truth of it is it's not to go through the pain, it's to detach from it so that you don't have to keep repeating it. Those patterns are there to show you something.
Marcel says, yesterday I look at going back to college. Mom said, what the fuck you doing? And me and Mom had a good giggle.
Oh.
Yeah. VK, love you. Simple living and loving with Mom.
Astra Lynn says, the divine feminine is what's leading this ascension. Mom, info comes to the left brain first, the creative part that receives info. That's the feminine essence in our brain. The masculine is the right brain. It processes the info and puts it into action.
The right brain is the feminine side.
Thank you for clarifying. And that's what we want. And is you want your right brain to actually overtake the left brain. The left brain is the logic. The right side is the creative. But I know what you're saying because it actually crosses. So in other words, your body on the right side represents the masculine, and the body on the left side represents the feminine. But in the brain, it's the opposite.
They flips it. The right brain is the right heart. Something like that. It's connected to the heart. Diane says, today a huge day for deep breaths.
Every day is a big day for deep breaths.
Every moment.
Every moment.
My God. We will call ourselves out for shallow breathing. Holy shit. It's like, stop. You're hyperventilating.
And you know what? Look at that and share that with others. Humanity is in a state of hyperventilating. They are not breathing right. You want to go help people? Go tell them to breathe. Go tell them to take a deep breath. And they're like, and it's so funny because I remember in 3D this would happen to me all the time. They're like, why are you breathing like that? And I'm like, what? And they're like, you're breathing so deeply. I'm like, it feels good. Like when you, I'm like, do it with me. Ready? And then you're just like, you get like a natural high. You're just like, whoa.
Yep.
Mama.
Yeah, and when you when you do 30 of those, you're well like energized again. Your eyes stop being tired. Like the breath is an amazing tool. It's very simple.
Well, we love you all.
Wanted to say thank you to everyone for tuning in. A shout out to Kat and Elf for being such divine beings.
Yes, thank you all.
Covering the live streams in the morning while we get ourselves settled.
Shout out to Amber Rose, Charity, love you, Fractal Queen. Who else is new? Diane, love you. Love you all.
We have Heather. We have
Linda Lou.
Yeah, Mary. God is the only way. Love you, Buddha. Anna Ray says needed that. And Confirm on Enough is Enough just posted the same on Telegram, Rob says. Yeah, there are many families really having to make those really tough decisions in these moments because it's not just about themselves. They actually have children to look after and start to educate. They're feeling into pulling out those children out of the mainstream schools, and it is a huge, not even burden on your shoulders, but take it as a blessing. You're having to make that leap into responsibility of, okay, so I'm going to need to educate myself so that I can now be the guides for these children. It's no longer the responsibility of the state or someone else's problem. The children are your leaders. It is not a burden. It is a blessing.
And that's a really good point, is that taking your children out of the school system means you have to step up. Yep. Means you have to educate your kids. And like Jerry's saying, that first step is for yourself first. But you have to recognize, just like we were saying earlier, everything can be seen in a higher light or a lower light. Taking out of your school out of children. Oh no, it could be like this whole detrimental thing. What's the higher? What's the flip of love? You're taking your power back. You get to take the control, your children's education back into your own hands, back into the direction of love. And again, you're not alone. We have a curriculum.
We have a workshop.
We have
series,
workshops
like
for all
the
this.
whole month. Like, I mean, come on! If you're not using these resources that are being provided for you from Mom herself, like we have this weekend coming up, 2 more workshops. Is it Saturday today? Oh yeah, it's Saturday today. We have an 8 series workshop for, I feel, 111. 111.11. 8 workshops. Figure out the math on that. Loads of nuggets. Like where to start, how to start, what age group. I mean, we're here to support you. We're here to love you through this rocky ride. Mom was very patient. We all need to practice patience with each other. And we can do this together. That's what makes it fun. So, let's do it.
Let's play.
Play. Play is good.
Linda Lou says, wonderful to be present. Thank you, Jerry and Buddha. Love you, beautiful fam bam. Thank you, Mama. So let's get out and play today, guys. Let's go out and be uncomfortable. Like, get out of those comfort zones. Do the things you've been holding off to. You know, it's the weekend now. It's time to have a good time. Get the barbecues out.
Let's make tough decisions today.
Invite your friends over. Like, let's make some fun. Like, we got soccer balls, we got basketball, we got football. What else we got?
Each other.
Racquetball,
Sticks.
tetherball. We got sticks.
Fucking sticks.
We got play. You know.
Whirlies.
Volleyball. Didn't look like that, but hey. Anyhow, go have fun, y'all. Please make light of it. You have a responsibility to be in joy. Take that to heart.
More ice cream.
Get through your shit, like the barbecue, get some ice cream stocked up, but don't depend on those external things to bring you joy. The joy comes from here, right here. Be that beacon of light for everyone. Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Every heartbeat. You can do this. We love you. We love you. We love
5, 6, 7, 8.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Love has won and joy reigns. Na 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 na.
Joy.
Na na na.
Joy reigns.
Hey, hey, hey.
Love has won. Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow morning. Oh, we didn't show this bit.